Hello, everybody. How are you on this beautiful Monday morning? I guess it is now, 1:24 a.m., Monday, October the 31st. Happy Halloween, everybody. So yeah, I've just been talking to a friend or two on the GMRS radio side of things. Friend of mine, Enrique Miranda. Talked to him on through an app. It's GMRS radio, which I've talked about in some previous podcasts. But
yeah, just some of them are just so rude. You know what I mean? Just so rude in the radio. It's like, wow, I don't even know why people even want to talk to them guys on the radio or anywhere, but for that matter, I don't know why. It's just they need to stop being that way and be happy. Just be happy, people. Be glad that there are more hams, new guys joining, because we're the ones that's gonna keep this going. You know what I mean? But yeah, I totally feel you on that.
yeah, for sure. And I'm not gonna post this right away or anything, but I did go ahead and start my podcast recording. I recorded the last half of your last transmission, but as sort of a teaser to the next podcast, I'll put something together. I won't post it unless I tell you or whatever. But but yeah, you're right. You know, a lot of the sad. You know, there's again so many of them out there, and unfortunately, most of the sad hams that I've encountered, they're not the ones that are a part of the clubs and stuff. I've been a big part of the club up in Northern Virginia, and then now I'm starting to get into a club here in South Central Kentucky, and both of those clubs are very open. Like I said, the one here in Kentucky, they have all the different ham repeaters. You know, the 6 meter, 2 meter, 220, 440. They have Echo Link, and then there's like another one, All Star nodes. It's like another mode that I'm not even familiar with. So they have all of those modes, and we have like two weekly nets. Like we have a Tuesday night and like a Sunday night net. They're technically weather nets, but we still have even like a simplex radio to radio net after each one of those. So, and then, like I said, let me break. He recently also got his ham radio license, so kudos to you. He just texted me again. He's probably getting ready to head out of here for the night, but yeah. So he recently got his ham license. A couple months ago, I guess he got his GMRS license. I mean, there's so many different radio services out there. People who are into survival and into the topics that I sort of like to talk about here, it's good to get those licenses. Now, when the poo hits the fan, when it really hits the fan, you're not going to need licenses to talk on the radio. The FCC is not going to be enforcing it. People might try to enforce it among themselves or whatever, but it really doesn't matter. Yeah, so I had a good conversation with him, just catching up, and then I plan to bring him on to one of the podcasts here, probably tomorrow night. Tonight, October 31st. He said he'd be available around 7 or 8 o'clock Eastern time, and just sort of tell his journey into radio as a younger person. Now I always sort of consider myself the younger person in the ham radio hobby, but I'm sort of middle now. I'm sort of the middle-aged guy, but there's still younger people like him who are still out there keeping it alive, keeping the frequencies active. Because if we don't use our frequencies, then they'll be taken away from us by the FCC and different other organizations who want to take those frequencies. And that's happened in numerous frequency bands over the years. You have like the ham radio, I think it's like 420 to 450. Just above that's like some public safety bands and stuff. But 2 meter's pretty secure because that's like the most common ham band But I think in the 6 meter area, I think there were some TV channels back in the old days before HD broadcast TV took over. There were some HD channels in the 50 megahertz range. And then we have a lot of shortwave frequencies on the ham radio side, but we need to bring in again, as a sort of as a middle-aged guy going into my older years, we need to be encouraging as many young ham radio guys as possible to get involved in the hobby to keep it alive, like I said. So, yeah, all good. I haven't really put out too many. I put out some updates over the last week or whatever, but my main thing is I've been fighting some computer hackers. I guess the whole world sort of in a war, Russia, Ukraine, all that stuff. But there's also a war being fought in the cyber realm. And that's the war I've been fighting, like Chinese and Russian hackers or wherever they're coming from across the internet. I've been fighting that off on my web servers. The people the websites that I host, I've been fighting a battle with hackers trying to, they don't destroy the website. They don't take a website down, but they insert code so it redirects whoever's hitting that website to another place, and whether it's like a gambling website or a porn site or whatever. So it's just, it sort of sucks. I wish people would find a better way to use their skills. Go and hack some government website, that's like oppressing you. Go hack some organization or some international organization that's like oppressing people. Don't be hacking little people like me in the middle of nowhere. That's a plea I make. Don't be hacking people who are just trying to make ends meet, who are just trying to make a living. Go and hack the big guys. Put your efforts together. If all the hackers, I had a quote on one of my previous podcasts, like if all the people of the world came together, then the governments would lose their power over us. So yeah, if all the people of the world came together, the governments of the world would lose their power over us. So I say the same thing. If all the hackers of the world came together, whatever, the cyber world, they could redirect people to the right information they need to know to make educated decisions. That's a little bit diluted, but yeah, so that's sort of been what's keeping me busy, is just fighting off like hackers and so on and so forth. So, but yeah, I plan on posting probably another one tomorrow night or the next day, Monday. Well, today is Monday early, but I plan on doing one later tonight on Monday, and then maybe posting it on early Tuesday, and then getting together with some of the regular folk, Alex and Waza, and getting something out again this week. So apologize to those guys. It's been just very hectic and busy with the battle on the cyber side, and then just personal stuff that I've been dealing with here at home. So that's about it. Again, happy Halloween, everybody. Have a good night, and peace out.